Hello, and this is the astrology for the week of December 15th through the 21st, 2024. This week kicks off with a full moon in Gemini. Now, this full moon was seeded by the new moon back on June 17th, 2023, and you nurtured these dreams either consciously or unconsciously on the first quarter 9 months ago on March 16th, 2024. So, how do you work with this full moon? There's three steps really. The first one is to find the area of your life being activated. What area of life does Gemini represent for you? If you don't know, go into lauracusto.com, pop in your email, and I'll send you a free 14-day trial of Moon Chat. That's going to bring you a custom email a day or two prior to each moon phase, telling you exactly which area of life each moon phase is activating for you and simple steps for how to work with it. Also, if you opt to continue with Moon Chat after the free trial, it's only $19.99 a month. And that is a special introductory price that won't last for much longer. So go ahead and try it out soon. Next step, get your bearings. So once you know what area of life that this is activating, you want to get your bearings around those dates that I mentioned. So go back, look at June 17th, 2023, and the new moon then. Did you write down intentions in your journal? Do you keep intentions? Have you been following new moons for a while? If you didn't, that's okay too, because we're always working with this energy, even if we're unconscious of it. So that's where I would say go look into your emails, your calendar, your camera roll, maybe even social media, and see what conversations you had. What experiences did you have? What did you sort of unknowingly set into motion, right? Then the next date is the first quarter on March 16th, 2024. This would have been a time where you would have taken action. And again, we're going to probably be looking for unconscious things here because this isn't well known to work with the first quarter, to deliberately take action. Maybe you did. But basically, what you want to do is look at that area of life, look at the things that you set intentions for back on the new moon, and then what did you do? Like what did you commit to? That's what we're really looking for, commitments and actions taken. Did you book a trip? Did you buy tickets? Did you pay for something, put a deposit on something? That would be what you're looking for there. And then really on this full moon, you're going to take all those pieces together, and the full moon is all about noticing the truth. The moon is literally as big as it gets on the full moon, and it's speaking to us. It's saying, "Hey, look at this. Look what you created. And yeah, with my help too." Again, it'll be in this area of life that Gemini is activating for you. And just see. And I like to say it might be this beautiful flower, and it might not be. It could be a weed, right? Either way, that is the truth. Take a deep breath and breathe it in. And then on the final moon phase, which will come around eventually in Gemini, we will have the last quarter and we will reconcile this truth. We'll harvest the seeds and clear the garden. We'll create fertile ground. Once you start working consciously with this energy, that's what you can do. You can create fertile ground and really start to consciously plant seeds in good soil, in soil that doesn't have weeds in it anymore, right? Okay. Now, I do want to talk a little bit about the energies associated with this full moon. It is being aspected by Neptune in a square, which is like this right angle. It's creating tension. And Neptune is very dreamy. And so what that could do to this full moon is create a little fogginess to the truth being revealed, right? So it's like the moon has a cloud over it, right? So just keep that in mind. There's a dreaminess associated with it, but it's this tension, conflicty. So you might think that you're seeing the truth, but you might not, or the truth might come off as a little too soft or a little too harsh, and that's actually not the case. It could be the opposite. So just keep that in mind. There might be an element of forgiveness associated with the truth that's being revealed with this full moon. Okay. All right, so now let's jump into the astrology for the week. So on the 15th, in the midst of that full moon square to Neptune, we have Mercury doing a couple things. So first of all, it is turning direct. It's been retrograde for a couple weeks, passing over in Sagittarius, the same degrees that it had been going through before. So retrogrades again are this time where we tend to see glitches in communication. It's a time to review things that you have analyzed and conversations that you've had. When it turns direct, now we should start to see maybe a revisiting again, but like some forward motion actually happening. So that's always good news. And I honestly think Mercury going retrograde in Sagittarius is not a bad thing, first of all, because Mercury rules Gemini, which is the opposite sign. And whenever it's in the sign it's opposite, which is it is right now, it's in Sagittarius, it's in its detriment, it's called. It's in a place that is not at home. And specifically for Mercury, when it's in Gemini, which it rules, it's Gemini supports a lot of analysis. It's very busy and it's very focused. Now, Sagittarius is busy, but in a different way. It's sort of broad and unfocused. And so if you think about Mercury and what it likes to do, it likes to analyze. Well, it's been very exploratory. It's kind of been all over the place in Sagittarius. So if you think about it, it went over this area in Sagittarius, kind of all over the place, and now it's retrograded, doing the same thing. It's being very thorough, is what it's doing in Sagittarius. So again, I don't think it's horrible. Now, it turns direct, and the other thing going on with Mercury is that it's making a trine, which is this lovely equilateral triangle. It's two sides of a triangle. There is what we have, and they are harmonious. And so we got this trine going on with Mars. They're both in fire signs. And I talked about this last week as well. The first time they made this trine was back November 2nd, and now they're making it again. And so I like to think of this as probably continuation of a story of some sort, a story that involves communication or analysis and taking some sort of action. And so if you think about the signs that, or the areas of life that Sagittarius and Leo represent for you, and again, your moon chat will help you identify that as well. You want to look for themes in that area of life. And so, but it's a story that's playing out. And so go ahead and think about back to November 2nd and then notice like what's popping up again now, what story is continuing. And again, it's harmonious, so it shouldn't be filled with tension or challenge so much, but hopefully it's something positive in your life that is moving right along. Then we move into Wednesday and Thursday, the 18th and the 19th, and we have the sun coming into a square, which is an angle of tension with Neptune. So again, it's that. Now, I did talk about how Neptune was aspecting the full moon. So this is really a continuation of that, but now it has built and it's becoming direct, specifically between the sun and Neptune. The moon moves really fast, so it's actually moved right out of that area, angle of tension. But this angle of tension, it happens twice a year. As the sun moves around, the sun moves around about a degree a day, and Neptune moves much, much slower. So this aspect is only going to be active for the couple days or so that the sun is moving through those degrees where it's hitting that exact angle with Neptune, right? So the sun represents our identity and our sense of self. And then Neptune is this dreaminess, this fogginess. High vibrations of Neptune are very, guru, enlightenment, deep meditation, transcendental things, intuitiveness. Low vibration Neptune are things like addiction, gambling, and, all sorts of very low vibe things. Now, it all depends on how you're living this energy out. So just know for a couple of days, your sense of identity might feel a little off, and you might feel just like, you're just not yourself. And you might be prone to say doing things that are more low vibration. The best thing that you can do is actually try to lean into those more high vibration things, right? And resolve that tension naturally. One thing that I did think of being it's so close to the holidays, I don't think that the 18th or the 19th are good days to go out and shop and look for deals. It points to there being like someone trying to pull something over on you. So if you're going to go shopping and you're going to go to a merchant that you know really well, or you find reputable, or you're not looking for a sale necessarily, you're just high quality, I know I'm going to pay full price, that's fine. So then we move into Thursday and Friday. And we have a lovely, lovely aspect on Thursday and Friday. Venus is making a trine to Jupiter. So again, that's that like triangular aspect where you have two planets that are in the same element. So water, fire, earth, or air. And so for Venus and Jupiter, it is air. Air signs are very busy. There's a lot of thinking and thought and analysis that goes into them. Now, Jupiter is in Gemini, which likes to be very focused. It's very childlike. And then Aquarius is actually where Venus is at. And Aquarius is the most mature air sign. Gemini is the youngest. It's so we have this beautiful, I would say it's a beautiful energy if you think about, say, children asking questions about big world ideas. I think that that's lovely. So Venus is pleasure and Jupiter is expansion. So it's this lovely harmonious aspect between what we take pleasure in and expansion. So, if you have your children asking you about the truth for the holidays, I think you'll be blessed with some really great wisdom, right? To share with them. Again, childlike, having that merging energy with the collective. And so this energy really points to a lot of kindness in the air. And I wouldn't be surprised if on these days that we maybe have a breakthrough announcement in something technology related, something to help the collective, that sort of thing. Then towards the end of the week, Saturday and Sunday, on the 20th and 21st, Jupiter comes into a square with Saturn. So this square, because Jupiter is the faster moving of the planets, but yet it's kind of out there a little ways. It takes about a year to go through just one sign, so it doesn't move that fast. So if you think about it, Saturn moves pretty slow, so does Jupiter, and they're coming into this angle. They're going to be in it for a little while, and not a crazy amount of time. It'll stay fairly active until about December 29th. So, most of the holiday season will have this Jupiter squaring off with Saturn. And so this will be something to keep in mind as you navigate this time if you're taking time off during the holidays and spending time with family. So what we have here, Saturn represents structure, status quo, the kind of the process and the checklist that you take to do things. It's like authority. It's the way things should be done, right? Let's play by the rules, play by the book. And Jupiter represents expansion and, kind of like thinking outside the box, right? Now, so you've got these two things, right? Squaring off. It's like, hey, let's go do this. This sounds fun. And Saturn's like, no, this is not how it's done. And did you read the rules? And so the way to deal with this energy, and again, I think this is just so applicable if you think about getting together with family, siblings that you don't see all the time, but yet you grew up with, a lot of, Saturn, you think about parents. So you have a lot of things from childhood kind of coming up. So this points to there being things that can come to the surface related to, but like, this is how we were raised, but this is how I am now, that sort of a thing. So just keep that in mind and have a little bit, create in your head a little bit of space for this. If you go into situations expecting this energy to be there, then you can work with it. You can say, okay, well, I'm going to be dealing, and maybe there is a family member, that can be a little hard for you to deal with. Know that. Go into these situations knowing that and thinking, okay, historically, having these conversations with my mother or just holidays with my mother are really hard. And now it might be a little extra. So I'm going to create in my being more patience for my mom, knowing that she's probably going to exert her authority more. And, I'm going to want to expand a little bit more because of these energies up there in the sky, right? As above, so below. I truly believe that is how this works. They're always playing out for our benefit. So again, that square, it's going to be active throughout the holidays. So use it to your benefit. And you can actually, if you think about it, if you do create that patience and you do create that space and that openness within yourself, man, I wonder what you'll find, right? Maybe in that difficult conversation, you'll diffuse it enough to somehow dig beneath the surface and be that, do that thorough investigation that Saturn energy really wants. And then you'll make that Saturn energy feel safe and you'll get that expansion that Jupiter energy is craving, right? I think that would be a lovely, lovely outcome for that. So finally, on the 21st, the sun moves into Capricorn and we have the winter solstice here in the Northern Hemisphere. It's the shortest day of the year and it's really the turning of the season, right? It's the first day of winter. But also now the days are officially getting longer. So we have that to look forward to. It is a great time to reflect, focus on balance and preparations for the year ahead. It's quite a lot to think about if you're celebrating the holidays. And, we'll be in the midst of this, busy, busy time. And, something that I think that we're always dealing with is this this battle almost between living in this 3D world. We have a very consumer driven world, and especially around the holidays, it's just going to be amped up. But, I would like to think that we now have some added motivation when you have this awareness of the winter solstice. It's added motivation to remind yourself about what the season was truly meant to be about. It's about connection with those we love, showing our love and our appreciation, and allowing ourselves to receive from others. It's that flow of giving and receiving. So quite simply, it's having gratitude for all that we've been given. So, if you're going to be busy like I will be, that's okay. Just in those quiet moments that you have, I love that. You can be in the midst of a busy day, but you'll have a quiet moment where you need to step away, go outside, maybe use the restroom. Take that moment to ground yourself and think about all the people around you and how you are grateful for that, right? So finally, a little preview of next week's update. We do start the next week right off, similar to this week, with another moon phase. The 22nd will be a last quarter in Libra. That will be calling us to take a look at that area of life that Libra rules and what has transpired over the last 3 moon phases that have passed through Libra. I'll give you those dates next week. And then we're going to be talking about clearing away the garden, right? Creating that fertile soil so that when we do get that next new moon in Libra, you can plant seeds in really rich, black, fertile soil. And also, let's remember that these 4 phases go through the 12 areas of everyone's life every year. So you've got 12 times 4, 48 unique opportunities every single year to work with the moon in a specific way across each area of life. And with Moon Chat, I help you do that. So again, if you're interested in taking a peek at what that looks like, go to lauracusto.com and pop in your info and I'll send that to you. All right. Thank you for watching. I hope this has been helpful. If you've enjoyed it, please subscribe, like this video, and share it with your friends. Until next time, bask in the light of this full moon in Gemini and make some time for yourself to reflect on the truth that it is showing for you.